Am I live? I should be live. How is everyone? It is raining here in Canada. It is, oh my God, it's going to be +8 today. +8 Celsius. I think my mic should be working. Here's hoping. Let's see. It's whoa. It's +8 right now. And it's gonna go down from here. That's crazy. And I'm supposed to get, I don't know, a lot of rain. Lot of rain. Mic working. You have a Mac Studio. What's that in reference to? Oh, YouTube Studio. Yeah. YouTube is being really shit lately. Like, very shit. Okay. So, gonna make something simple today to start with. I ordered some parts a little while ago. In hindsight, I should have looked for the parts. But it's gonna be a simple build to start with. I know approximately where the parts are. Nope, not these. By the way, small update. Oh, I'm gonna need this. I'll find the parts in a moment. Small update, I actually contacted boot.dev yesterday about sponsoring the channel, and their immediate response was, oh, here's a year's subscription to start with. So they gave me a free year of subscription. So that's been nice. I restarted an account, and then I was doing my coding yesterday. I caught up to where I was, and then I went beyond where I was. So that is nice. And then they said, let me put you in contact with our promotions team, like our ad team. I was like, good, okay, progress. So I am in contact with the sponsorship team. They asked me for my details, like how much it would cost for an ad integration and, you know, details like that. And now the ball's in their court. So I think I've done all my due diligence. Now it's just waiting for them to accept or decline a sponsorship. So that's all done. Where the hell? I literally had these parts where I could find them, and now they're no longer here. Well, that could change my plans significantly. I can't find my parts. $1 billion? No. I wish. No, I'm giving it a reasonable. I gave them a reasonable number. But hey, if they want to pay $1 billion, I don't know if their revenue would support a $1 billion sponsorship, but it is what it is. Either way, okay, if they decline, I'm not upset. The 1 year of subscription already means a lot because I am actively using it. already, and I already am more motivated. Oh, I won't say more motivated. Oh, here we go. Here's the parts I was looking for. Oh, missed. There's one. Okay, I knew it was in this area. This I don't want to break. So here, these are the parts. Not even Australian dollars. They're about the same as Canadian dollars. They fluctuate, but they're more or less similar to Canadian dollars. I think it's an American company. Turns out, by the way, the person who answered my email is the founder. I don't know if he's the CEO, but he's the founder. Also, I do want to add something. I've been doing I did probably like 55 days or something of freecodecamp.org, and pretty much all of my posts, there's a few posts I missed, but almost all of my posts, I added them. I did the @Morning Lock Watcher. I added their socials, and they never once reposted or replied or hearted or anything, any of my posts. I posted yesterday after doing a day of boot.dev, and I only posted on Blue Sky. I didn't do Instagram. I should have done Instagram, but I didn't. I tried to @boot.dev, but the only person that has a boot.dev tag is the founder, and the last time he posted was in 2024 on Blue Sky. So anyways, I added him anyway, and he replied. So much more sort of close to the community, if that makes sense. I don't think I'm a high value target for them. Like I don't think that I am worth the CEO's time or the founder's time. Like I don't, like I'm not like nobody important. But yet they made time to reply to my post on the first attempt, and Free Code Camp did not. So that does mean something. Okay, here's the other parts. Jesus. Okay. Here we go. So yes, good morning, Lock Watcher. Hope you are well. So the goal for today is I want to design a spark arrestor, essentially. Let me get out a pizza paper. So I ordered parts to do this a long time ago, and now they're here. They've been here. Dog doing well. That's good. Good to hear. It's a she, right? Did she sleep well yesterday? Let's see. Okay. So here's the plan. When you plug into a battery, okay, so you got a battery here. This goes to ground. This goes to positive. Then you have Val is a she. Yeah, wife stayed on the couch last night with the dog. Makes sense. When you connect a device such as like an inverter or something. Do I have an inverter? I have an inverter somewhere. whatever, as an inverter or something, when you make the connection, okay, let's go positive, negative. When you make the connection, it sparks. On a lead acid battery, it's not the end of the world. On a lithium battery, though, it can be. Or in my case, when I have to deal with golf cart batteries, nope, no repair. Maybe just the plugging and unplugging helped. But when I have to deal with lithium batteries, it can actually damage. Oh, what am I doing? This inverter. It can damage the battery. But when I'm working with golf cart batteries, which are 48 volts, it's freaking scary. 48 volts lead acid. When a lead acid is charging or discharging, it can produce hydrogen gas. Is it H2? Does hydrogen stay in a pair? I think so. And when you're plugging the cable on, it arcs. So what I want to do is make a pre-charge resistor. So I've got two resistors here. Here is a 10 ohm, and here is a 1K. And so essentially, this will be an off, 1K, and that'll be a slow charge of the capacitors, and then could be 10 ohm if you want to go a little bit faster. So that is the plan. So this should be sitting in a box. These should be sitting in the box. And then we're going to 3D print the box. We're going to make it out of PLA. But if need be, we'll just adapt it for ABS. So this would be a very simple circuit. So we've got three connections on the switch. This is a on, off, on switch. So we've got the switch like that, and then here is that's the common, and then here is another connection, and here's another connection. And essentially we want one wire coming in this way, connect here, and then we want one wire through a 10 ohm, wait, that doesn't make sense, does it? Oh yeah, it does. This one through a 1K, and then to the out. So it's going to be that simple. So it's either going to be through the 10 ohm or the 1K, depending if you want to do high or low current charging of your capacitors. And if we want, we can do an LED. So like this. And then when the LED is off, then we know that there's no more current flowing from here to here. Does that make sense? We'll put a big resistor, like a, I don't know, a 10K. Does that make sense to everyone? I hope so. So we're gonna CAD a box for this. We're going to place all these things, and then we should be good to go. We can maybe make a dual diode. How would we attach a bicolor? We could attach 2 diodes to show the direction of current flow. Or we can just do a bridge rectifier so that this diode is direction agnostic. Then it won't matter which side is which. Oh yeah, and we're going to use these clips. These will be our clips to put on, you know, either terminal. They're a little bit small for a battery terminal, but I think it'll still work just fine. Are these banana enabled? I don't know. Let's see. Because if they are shaped properly to receive a banana, they do receive a banana. So we can actually put a banana on the ends of this and then just put these as a good enough facsimile. There we go. Okay, so that is the plan. So let me see if I can find some bananas. Also, I don't have my lights on. Also, my mic is squealing a little bit. Sorry about the flashbang, I should have warned you guys. Okay, so let's see if I can find my bananas in pajamas. Anybody in my age range recognize the bananas in pajamas? Okay. Oh yeah, bananas first try. There we go. Okay. So how do we actually position these to be tight? Because it looks like we won't need like to add leads. Like we can tie these pretty tidily. Okay, so here's the 10 ohm. So if we clamp that in there, right? So that's kind of like this, or maybe even like this. And then this one is the problem because we can't like come back over. So if we clamp this like this, then we've got this wire to deal with. We could make it so that the wires escape this way. So that would make sense. In this side, out this side. That makes the most sense. And then up, down. So we can make this pretty compact. So yeah, wire comes in this way. And then it can be pretty narrow. But it won't sit very well. Do want it to sit flat like this. But then your LED doesn't have a lot of space here. So to be more compact though, we can definitely do it like this. Okay. All right, let's do the physical attaching. So let's unscrew this. I did have a screwdriver. Here it is. So we unscrew this, and then let's do a little. Let's do like the electricians do. Let's give it a little twist. Where do I find some twisty? I literally bought some wire bending pliers. God knows where those have gone. But I want it to be pretty tight onto here, so we're going to shrink it a little. And now I can't find any snips. This is going perfectly. Oh, here's some snips. All right, so let's snip this down. Let's hit it there. Like so. Let's give this a twist. And feed this in. That's a little too tight. It's also backwards. Also, I'm not worried about current. If you guys are, I'm not. And the reason is these pre-charge resistors, they pass a fair amount of current, but for like split seconds, like really not long. And that's because as they charge, the current drops precipitously. Because you're not going, positive to ground. You're literally going positive to positive. You're just flowing current between the two positives. So it should be just fine. You're not worried about it currently? I also have a lithium battery we can test it on. Okay, that's nice and tight. So that is one. Then we can run the wire out one direction. And then we're going to chop this off a little bit. Good, simple. Yeah, so pre-charge resistors are a thing. People tend just to make their own, though, which is good. Like some people go a little extra. They have a momentary switch attached to something, and then they just pre-charge it. But my thing is, I need a pre-charge resistor when working on cars. I hate sparks. Something about sparks gives me the heebie-jeebies. Even though I know DC sparks are really not that bad. But the issue is when you're working on a battery, a lead acid battery of unknown state of charge and unknown health, and then you're plugging and unplugging the wires, I have a habit of turning my head when I do the final connection, because it is absolutely terrifying. this. Because batteries can and do explode. Okay, so that's what it looks like now. You did get zapped by a phone system once, ringer signal. Do not prefer sparks either, yeah. Yeah, sparks are a little terrifying. So if we want to, we can actually, we could put heat shrink over both of these to keep them insulated, right? Because they might wiggle around in there. And then we can put a touch of hot glue. You can put a touch of hot glue on them after to keep them in place. So this is the prototype. We're going to make this. We're going to make a case, and we're going to make a video on it at some point. I say at some point because I know how I've been with my video production lately. And sadly, I won't be entertaining you folks throughout the holiday season because I will be away, going way up to northern Ontario. I have some ice fishing gear. You'd like sparks when they're purposely generated and controlled. Yeah, I don't like those sparks either. They're a little terrifying. Is this too big? Probably not. Let's use some of this. Snizors. Hey, ITT. You've seen that I have a good progress. What does that mean, ITT? I'm not sure what that means. Okay. This might be too big. Why did the screen go black? Oh, did you mean the stream yesterday? Or do you mean that you went and checked out my profile? Screen is fine here. Okay, I saw my stream in the studio went black. The news ITT is that, so boot.dev oh yeah, okay. So yeah, boot.dev, they gifted me a year subscription, and I am chatting with their sponsorship people. So I'm not holding my breath because I am asking for a fair bit of compensation, but it's because I think those tutorials will be searchable for a long time, and I think we're gonna have decent views over time. Oh, sorry, I'm off screen. and the advertisement is going to be there in perpetuity. So if they're not planning on stopping what they're doing, I think it'll be a good partnership. But I also told them that, like, I'm very open with my audience. And so even if they choose not to partner with me, like, it's not like I won't say the name of the service that I enjoy. Because I did quite a bit of coding yesterday off stream. And you can actually track my progress if you go to my profile, which I should be posting in my social media posts today. There we go. So that should stop the resistors from fretting. So I'm going to let that cool, and then I'm going to place them in position. Oh, been happening a lot where my heat shrink tears like that. I don't know why. Too hot, maybe. So yeah, we'll see what boot.dev says. If they don't want to sponsor, they don't want to sponsor. But you better believe that I'm going to take as much advantage of the free course time as I'm going to be able to. The other thing is, compared to Free Code Camp, they are really big on making sure you, like, not only do it, but do it right. It's a bit crazy how much you're incentivized to not make mistakes. I made a couple mistakes and my heart dropped. I was like, because you have a streak that you lose. It's like very gamified. Okay. So this is good. Next. So I'm probably going to use Wagos to test this. So let's make a full bridge rectifier, because I think I want my LED to be agnostic. Hang on a sec. Let's think about this. So a full bridge rectifier is like this. Oh. Okay. So here's one connection, here's the other. Oh no, wait, here's one connection. C1, and here is C2. So that's bad. I don't think I can do that. I don't think I can do that because if this is C1 and this is C2, then there'll always be a way to flow current through this unless I put the LED no wait, it'll only pass through the diodes. Okay, it'll only pass through the diodes. Okay, so let's say then that we have a 12 volt difference. At minimum charge, that'll be a 12 volt potential. So let's go 12 volt minus, let's say it's red, 1.7 volts equals like 10.3. Is that what it is? I can't math. 12 minus 1.7, 10.3 equals 10.3 volts. Now if we want, let's say 5 milliamps, so 10.3 divided by 0.05, 10.3, whoops, 0.3 divided by 0.005. That's a 2K resistor. So that would be 2K resistor. And then that means at 48 volts, so 48 volts, let's say that's nominal, let's say 52 volts divided by, 52, that'll be 50.3 volts. 50.3 divided by, let's say 2,000. So that'll give me 25 milliamps at 53 volts. So we need to go higher. We need to go a 5K should be perfect. Okay. So 4.7K. So 4.7K ohm for the LED and red. Okay, so what I just calculated now is that I don't want my my LED to burn out if I use it on a golf cart battery effectively. But okay, so but won't, hang on a sec. So if I put my LED through here with a resistor, okay, won't it charge through the LED? So if C1 is positive and C2 is negative, sorry, C2 is like not charged, so that's ground-ish. Current should flow from C1 oh, my diode's the wrong way around. Yeah, my diode's the wrong way around. Whoopsies. Okay, so it should flow from C1 through a diode, through my resistor, through the LED, and then down to C2. So that means in off, it will flow current. I don't want that. So maybe we're not even putting an LED. The LED bright or dimness doesn't really bother me, especially because a red LED is going to be piercing anyway. I would like an indicator, but like if I put a 1 meg, that's way too low of a light. But it would be nice that when you switch it, it'll turn off the LED. Because it'll be charged, so it'll tell you when it's charged. Oh no. Save her. Okay, so what happens if we put a 1 meg? So let's go worst case scenario, 10.3 volts. 10.3 volts divided by 1, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. There's no way that at 10.3 volts we will be able to turn on an LED. There's no way, right? Let's see. This is for science. All right, so voltage, we're gonna go 12 volts. Enter current, we're gonna leave it like, oh, 5 amps, whoops. Current, let's go 5 amps, that's good. Okay, let's grab an LED. Oh, wait, they're not in here anymore. First, let's do a poll. Poll. Will the LED light with 1 MR resistor? It's a red LED. Will the red LED, yes, nar. Start poll. All right, vote in the poll. It's absolutely anonymous. We are grabbing a red LED. Oh, I don't have that many. Okay. Red LED and 1 meg resistance. It's the pièce de résistance. Literally the resistance. Okay. Looking for my 1 meg here. I know I have 1 meg. 1 ohm. 2.2, 270, 280, 2.2. 1 mecha ohm. Well, you don't have to know. It's just a guess. LEDs light with very little current, but 1 meg is like very, very little current. We have 12 volts, positive on this side. Should really solder these. You know what, I can just hold it. Like So positive here, negative here. Oh, it's heavy. All right, here it goes. Oh wait, I gotta stop the poll. So 75% of you say no. In poll. Okay, here it goes. No more changing your votes. Franco's not here to archive the votes. Turn on the output. Okay. Oh, it is lighting. It is lighting. But it's not really perceptible. Let me turn this off. Turn the house lights off. There we go. It's not perceptible. So there it is. So let's see, what's the max voltage of this? 30 volts. Voltage. Here's at 30 volts. So essentially, if I don't use a battery and like a MOSFET or something like that, it's effectively useless to have the LED in my circuit. Because there's not enough current available. Like I want off to be off, and I think like one meg is perfectly cromulent. But yeah, so if I don't want this to be battery powered, then no LED. So then all that's missing then is a wire here that comes in. So an in wire, and then I would gather these two wires together. So I'd probably solder a wire here to there, and then out, and then that's it. And then we make a box and we ship it. So I think the box can be fairly small. I'll make it in two parts. So I'll put this in like so, and there'll be a cap over it, and the cap will have screws that will pinch the wires in place. And I think that should be good to go. The switch has a flag. So the on, off, on. We can make custom flags as well. We can make it, this one will be 1K and this one will be 10R. So, and then we just have our leads as long as we want, and then we put our bananas at the end with the clips, or we just solder the clips right onto the wire. These are a little bit hard to get apart. But these slide out of the rubber. That's for 20 milliamps IGT. Thing is, I want this device to work for everything because I work on golf carts. I work from everything from like golf carts, which are 48 volts, 15 milliamps, okay, all the way down to, oh yeah, look at that. Didn't realize they look like that. I'm gonna smush this. Maybe I'll just solder the wire in. But yeah, golf carts at 48 volts, or so it's like 52 volts full charged, all the way down to like lawn equipment. Some of them have 6-volt batteries. I'm a lot less concerned about arcing 6 volts though, but arcing 48 volts on lead acid batteries that have like question mark off gassing, like literally could be off gassing any amount. That's a little terrifying. So I guess my next question is, do we want side exit wires or back exit wires? So do we want the wires to be coming out, like this is going to sit flat like this, for sure. Do we want the wires to be coming out left and right or away from the pivot? I think I'm leaning towards away. I think I'm going to go away. So these are going to go kind of like this, and they'll come together. Should be good. Should be right. Good. All right, so let's design a box. So probably going to be, I want to give myself enough space to stuff wires in there. So let's give ourselves enough thickness here. That's in inches, don't know why. Let's make the internal cavity 20 is way too small. Let's go 25. Unless we go 23. And then 1 millimeter walls, it would end up with 25 overall, be an inch overall. How big is this? Because if the nut is bigger, we're gonna just make it the size of the nut. No, that's plenty. The nut, what about the flag? I tend to make things way too compact. I'm gonna make it 25 inside, 2 millimeter walls. It's gonna be a little bit bigger than an inch, but that's okay. Okay. So let's do this. Let's open up FreeCAD. I'm going to switch to the screen in a moment here. New, save as, 3D project. Oh, that's a secret project. This one is Spark Precharge. And then Precharge. You tend to make things more compact than they can. Yeah, I do. I just, yeah, I often do that. All right, so never remember now. I never remember if it's body or part that I start with. Whatever, body it is. Rename bottom, because we started from the bottom, now we're here. Okie dokie. And now we make a sketch on the XY plane. And away we go. Okay, so we said, let me just go back to here. So we said, so the height is 25 inside. But we need to make like this shape. So what is, let's go, let's go 50. That should give us enough space. Let's go 55. I can shrink it after. So 55 and width 55. Coffee is a nice thing. Yep, it's empty. Okay, so let's grab our sketch and let's do a centered rectangle. And that's 55 by 55. That is our interior space. So that's good. And we want our walls, actually, our walls are going to be 2 mils thick. So we want this to be 55 plus 4. So yeah, 59. All right, 59 by 59. That looks good. And let's see what that gives us. This shape is picked, and we loft it, and we said 25 plus 4, 29. Okay, then we grab this face, and let's carve it out. Create a pocket. Oh, no. Create, it's a shell? Thickness. Thickness, and then we want 2 millimeters. All right, so already we have our body. Only thing is we have 2 millimeters too high, right? Because we went up from the bottom. So yeah, we need to edit this pad. It's actually 27. There we go. So we've got a basic box now. So that's good. And now let's grab this, create a sketch. And we're going to bring in external geometry. We're going to bring in the center point and the center point. And we're going to bring the center point and the center point. Okay, and now we're going to grab a construction geometry line from here to here, and then from here to here. Actually, this is wrong. Okay, not entirely wrong. Then we'll grab this middle point here. We'll go to... What's going on? 2 millimeter. Is it down or up? No, it should be up. Okay, so my problem is here. I'm offset by 2 millimeters because I've got the base included in this. Then you go up 2 millimeters from the middle. So this will be 2. So the middle plus 2. And then we make our circle. And then we have to find out how big a circle we carve. So this is 11.75, but don't forget that's going to be really tight if we do that. So let's do, if we do 12, we should be okay. We'll have a little bit of looseness, but it should be okay. Okay, back to screen. Let's do a centered circle. And then that'll be 12 of diameter. This looks wrong to me for some reason. It looks wrong. Oh, okay, yeah, that's the correct. That's the correct. Okay, anyways, now I want to add a feature because there's a little notch in the switch. You know what? That notch won't work. Yeah, the notch won't work for centering. Okay, well, I'll figure out something else. All right, so grab this guy and pocket up to face, pick the face. There we go. So that should be exactly centered in here. Doesn't feel that way, but that's It's supposed to be. It should be. I'm scared, but it is what it is. Okay, now we need wire entrance and wire exit. We don't know what size wire we want to use yet. So I'm not sure how we're going to deal with that. Also, how are we going to fasten this thing shut? I have to put like screw bosses here. What if we have 25 mils? Wait, what? Something went wrong here. Didn't we say it was 25 millimeter? It was supposed to be 50 millimeter. You guys are supposed to be telling me these things. It's 50, not 25. Okay, hang on. Back to my original sketch. Oh, it is 50. Why does it look so small? Yeah, that's okay. I'm more teasing. Why does this look so tiny? Anyways, let's rotate this. Let's grab this and we'll make it a sketch. And we want to make circles. So how do we want to do this? All right, let's make some sketch lines here. So let's say equidistant. We'll go 20 and horizontal. But I don't know the height yet. I'm going to make a circle. Let's say, how big is 5 millimeters? This is a fairly big hole. 5 millimeter hole. And then we're going to sketch a dimension. Okay, so height is 2.5 plus 2. Like that. And then this will be 5. So I think we're going to print a prototype, essentially. So if I then mirror this, I grab this and mirror, Symmetrical constraints on here. Close, grab these two, pocket them to face. Okay, that's good. Okay, now we just need 3 screw holes. Welcome back. It's not coffee time for me yet, but I will take a coffee break at some point. Okay, so I want to do a couple more features. I want to do a flat locator here to make sure that our switch stays level. I do also want to make a couple of screw bosses in here. So I'll probably put 1 screw boss down here, 1 there, and 1 there. So let's do that now. So let's do a sketch. Okay, so now we need to get ready to put in some heatset inserts. I think they're 4 millimeters. Don't know where they have gone. Looking for my heatset inserts. I'm a big fan of heatsets. I will always install heatsets if I have the wherewithal to do it. Yeah, 3 by 4 by 5. Okay, so let's 0 that. That's good. Yeah, they are 5, just about 5 millimeters wide. So let's try 5.2 for the bosses. Okay. So I need a hole. Oops, 5.2. Need another one. Actually, I'll just make this one symmetric. So 2 there. This one concentric to here. Okay. So I need to move this one. This one's going to be over here somewhere. So I want it far enough in the corner that it won't interact with my switch. Let's bring in some outside geometry. This guy, this guy, this guy, and this guy. All right. So how far do I want this from the edge? Like 3 millimeters? Well, the center at least. Here to here. Let's put it a good put it 3 millimeters away. 1 centimeter? No, my stuff is in here. I can't. Okay, and then can I draw an arc? I can draw an arc. Let's go, sure, 4.5 and minus 180. And then to 180. Okay, and then yep. Oh, what's going on? What is going on? Trying to grab this point, this one. And then vertical. Okay, there's one boss there. So now what's not... Oh, I see. So how do I pin this in place? There to there. There. Oh. There to there. There we go. Fully constrained. All right. So now we will put this to there. Let's just go a nice round 5. I feel like my switch won't fit if it's 5 though. It's gonna have to be tighter. So I can just delete this one. Two. And 2. I don't think it'll fit. One. Let's draw an arc. So 4.5 minus 180. Minus 90. Okay, and then do a horizontal constraint. It's very hard to select what I want to select here. It's over. Let's grab this end to here, and this end to here. Now can I do a horizontal? There we go. All right, so now I'm going to grab this, control. I'm going to grab all of these, and symmetric. I'll keep forgetting where the symmetric is, there. Create symmetry constraints, grab this, close. All right, we got it. So now let's raise this up. Oh, wire's not closed. Okay. Cancel. We're okay. Don't panic. There we go. That wire should be closed now. Oh my God. Sorry about that. Thank you, Anant. Hold on a sec. I'm gonna send you there for a minute. All right, back to here. Professional YouTuber, folks. Professional YouTuber. There. 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 All right. Now it should be closed. So pad. Good. All right. So we've got 25 mils to go up. How high do we want to go? I'm going to go pretty high. Let's go 20. How's that look? All right, we're gonna print this as a prototype. Actually, I want to do one more thing. No, not really. I don't think you have to post videos. Because if so, I'm not really a YouTuber. I haven't posted videos in a while. Actually, I did the Canaduino thing not too long ago. Okay, so one more feature we want to add is to keep the switch in orientation. So let's do that. Let's go back to here. So how far down? So it looks like about 2.45 millimeters down, we need a flat. Is that about right? 2.4, let's go 2.35. Sure, you can quote me on that. 2.35. 2.35. 2.35. Okay, so let's bring in external geometry here, and let's grab we'll make a rectangle. Okay, it doesn't matter the size. Let's just, this will be symmetrical with this. There we go. And then distance from here to here, 2.35 we said. Okay, that's good. It doesn't have to be nearly that big. So let's dimension this to 20. Doing your you should post more videos of your dog, because that's going to be your memories, right? They live forever. Okay, let's finish this, and let's now extrude this out. Doesn't have to be that big, probably like 5 millimeters. So this is that's my rough design. We can round the edges, but we'll do that after. First, we want to check, see if everything fits. So I'm going to send you over here while I export this. So this is active file export. 3D projects, pre-charge bottom, V01. Let's open the Yellow Goose slicer. I have to, I'll be right back. I have to run and turn on the Centauri carbon and make sure there's PLA loaded in. So I am now in the other room. What is in here? PLA Plus. Perfect. Perfect. There we go. That is on. PLA Plus loaded in. Has the mic cut out today, by the way? I hope not. Let's see. No. Oh, stop that. Piece of crap. New project. Screen. Actually, back to webcam for a second. Yeah, that's pretty good that I did that. Mic is fine. Good. 3D projects, pre-charge bottom. Back to screen. Let me grab the Centauri carbon if it's loaded already. So let's do, okay, Rapid PLA Plus, that's what's in there. Let's go extra draft, just draft. Draft is fine. Support. No supports. Don't need supports. Slice plate. Let's see what it gives us. Seriously? A half hour. That seems like way too long. Extra draft. Slice plate. 26 minutes. That's like way long. Okay, let's do a draft for sure. I'm just gonna put the printer in extreme mode and see if we shave time. So let me send you over here. And what am I doing? Export. Slice complete, good. How do I, oh, export. Save, let's pop this in here. Import. Turn the lighting on. Start print. Time lapse, but I'm not gonna level the bed. Send it. Okay, so let me just copy this. I'll bring you back in one moment here. Okay. So that is going to print speed, ludicrous mode, modification failed. Okay, I may have to do it after because it's not printing yet. Once it starts printing, I'll go grab a coffee. What do I have my phone in my pocket? Good morning, Mr. Ireland. Arduino is sending me emails. They want they want me to buy stuff. No, thank you. How about that? All right, we want this to go into ludicrous mode, and once it's in ludicrous mode, I'll go grab a coffee. You can see the temps here. The bed's not even up to temp yet, and it's gonna start going. I also didn't ask it to level, so hopefully that doesn't screw up. You got those too. They go in your special folder. You've got what? The dog videos? What are we waiting for at the moment? Oh yeah, we can shrink these things when we don't need them. Don't need my video list. There we go. Oh, the Arduino email. Yeah. High winds in Ohio. Weather report gave a small dog warning. Oh, interesting. It was 8 degrees when I woke up this morning, +8, and it's raining all day. Still in preparing. Okay, it's heating up the hot end. I'd love to zoom this in. Gonna have to sneeze in a moment here. There we go. So if they cancel the ferry, do you just can't go to work? Is that the deal? Like, what if you have a medical appointment or a court date or something? You just not go? Or do you have to, like, check the weather the day before and then sleep on the mainland? Okay, it's doing its purge. Okay, so now it started printing. Can I move this to... Why can't I move it to ludicrous? Hang on, I'm gonna go do it through the UI. I want it to go ludicrous mode. Printer, I have dominion over you. I command you to go into ludicrous mode. How do you flip it into ludicrous mode? Balanced? Ludicrous. Oh, it's going faster. Okay, perfect. The tone changed completely, so I think it's going faster. It's probably not a good thing overall. It's contentious right now. Interesting. Okay, so I'll be back. I'm gonna grab some coffee. Let's add plus text. BRB coffee. Select font. You already know what it is. Okay. This isn't important up there. Okay, there it goes. Now it's going ludicrous. Is it set? Yeah, ludicrous. Set to ludicrous mode. All right. Be right back. I am back. Let's see how much time that's elapsed. 20 minutes. What? So it's going to be actually 29 minutes even on ludicrous mode? So, I mean, it's fast. It's not as fast as I was hoping for. Let's see, what do we have? Very cool. Cold, yeah. It's actually not cold today. It's not cold here. Is it warm at least where you're at, Mr. Ireland? Because it's 8 right now. Oh boy, am I ever hungry. It's gonna freeze overnight here, but it'll be pretty mild. Oh wait, I'm back, so I can off the coffee. All the snow is gone? We have lots of snow still. It's melting, but it's not gone. So here's hoping this will work, because I don't feel like doing it again. It's 10 there. Huh. Somewhere in Europe, right? Minimum tonight will be 8. I'm still here. I'm just spacing out on my phone. Because yeah, we're at a design standstill until we get this thing printed. Yeah, islands tend to be cold. That's why, like, even like I'm gonna try to do some ice fishing when I go to the way up north. However, it's gonna be freaking cold. Actually, I didn't even check the weather. How's the weather gonna be? I'm not excited for the drive, by the way. I hate driving. Let's see. In the north. Oh shit. It's gonna be mild. Huh. There's not actually gonna be, it's not gonna be that cold. Let me send a text. Whatever. You'll have 10 degrees C until Christmas, then it'll be 0, no snow. Yeah, our snow is almost all gone. Let me see if I can find something here. Here we go. Hopefully this doesn't, it shouldn't dox me. Oh wow, this is downtown. This Wellington is here, so the Parliament is like over on this side here, but this is how much snow is left downtown. That's not a lot. Wow. Let's see if I can get. This is downtown as well. Okay, this camera sucks, but yeah, it turns out there's not a lot of snow left here in Ottawa. So this is out in the West End. Wow. Yeah, not a lot of snow. Let's see if I can find somewhere south. Here's east. Trim, that's east. Okay, so east there's still snow. So there's still snow. The river is like towards the lower right of this image. So there's still snow in the east, but there's none in the west. That's actually funny. I'm just trying to think. 416, that's like center town. How do I get to the south? What's in the south? Oh, the airport's in the south. Wow. Okay, not a lot of snow anywhere. So yeah, not a lot of snow. These are actual traffic cameras, by the way. Let's just make sure this is still sticky. Yep, still sticky. So these are like live traffic cameras. You can take a look. Bank in Riverside. I love walking around there. Bank in Riverside. Let's take a look. So here's the Rideau River. So if you go on my website and there's like the dreams section where I want to have a raft and go down the Rideau, this is part of it there. I would be using the canal section, so it's not it wouldn't be exactly this section, but let's see if we can find a canal like somewhere around Dow's Lake. I don't know the names of all the roads though that go along. There's the Queen Elizabeth Drive, I think. Let's see. Oh, here we go. This is the canal section. So every year this becomes a skating rink, and as you can see, there's ice on it right now, but not a lot of it. This is a drawbridge, by the way. It raises up and down. So this is used to be the world's longest skating rink. I think there's a place in Russia now that's longer. But yeah, it's like, it's big. So let's see. Queen Elizabeth driveway. I think that's also, yeah, so it's over here. You can't see it. Preston and Prince of Wales, Queen Elizabeth. I don't know where this is. Lock Watcher. Oh, there we go. Canal enthusiast. So we have a lot of locks in Ottawa. Rideau Canal locks. So here, let's go to the images. So this one, this is our downtown. Here, I'll get a good image. This is a shit image, but anyways, this is downtown. So this is Chateau Laurier here, and the Parliament is over on this side. Size. Okay, can't do that on Brave. But yeah, so that's this is Quebec. This is Ontario. So I live in Ontario. This is the Ottawa River. It goes east-west. I don't know the name of the street one. Okay, but that's not me. Here's the Chateau Laurier. So that looking, the other photo was up here on this bridge. So the other photo was on this bridge looking down this way. So Chateau Laurier is here, Parliament's on the other side. You live, yeah, at the other end. Way at the other end. Here, this is like the downtown. So I've got photos. I've got a photo of me standing just about right here, holding a bass that I caught in the river here. Most Ohio canals were destroyed in a flood around 1913. I'll tell you what, Lock Watcher. If you come down to Ottawa, I will meet you downtown and I'll give you the guided tour. Yeah, so this is at the base of the locks. I wish there was a zoomed out photo. Oh, here's the canal. So the locks we were watching are down this way. And Curtis is down this way towards us at the bottom of the... He's very, very far that way. But yeah, this is when it's a skateway. What a nice zoomed out photo. Oh, nice. This is from the riverside. So yeah, here's all the locks. There's Parliament up here and Chateau Laurier. It's very pretty. The rep from Quaysite, yeah, the rep from Quaysite came to town one day with his daughter, and he asked if we could meet up, and I was like, sure. And I gave his daughter and him the walking tour of downtown Ottawa. It was really nice. They were really nice people. His daughter's a really sharp young lady. So yeah, there's the locks. This is the shittiest photo ever. But yeah, Chateau Laurier. This point has been renamed something, and then there's Parliament Hill, and yeah, those are the lock systems. How's it going, JFix? Maybe we should show you the electronics that's going on. Oh, we're almost done. It's been 23 minutes, yeah, so this is taking a long time. Even at ludicrous speed. Oh, we're doing the top layer though. We're almost done. But yeah, Locke, if you come down to Ottawa at some point, I will I'll give you the walking tour of the canal system. Where is this? This is not in Ottawa. This is about to finish. There we go, it's done. So that took, doesn't say. Well, anyways, took longer than I had wanted. So I'm gonna go grab it. Let me just put my coffee over here so I can have a zip of it when I get back. And you guys are coming with me in audio only. I should probably put a camera back in this room. All right, so it finished in 24 minutes, 30 seconds. Oh, that didn't get out of there. Throw away the goobers. You know what? It didn't, I'll show you. It didn't print perfect, but it printed damn good for a ludicrous speed print. It ovalized the hole a little bit, which I kind of expected. So here it is. So as you can see, some visual artifacting, a little bit of ovalized hole. These are very ovalized, but look at how thick the layer lines are. They are thicker than a Snicker. And then we can test our switch, see if it fits in there. Yeah, a little tight on that hole, but as you can see, because of my design considerations, it doesn't wobble. No, I think JFix has been here before. So I got plenty of space. Got to make sure our heat sets fit. If they're slightly too big, we'll adjust that. They might be a touch too big. They might be just a hair on the big side. No, they might be okay. Maybe I will adjust them down in size just to get a little bit better bite. But they do fit. The switch does fit, and I have lots of room to run wires through here and up and over. So that's good. It's really good. I can round all the corners now too. Okay, so we're gonna make this a bit smaller, and then we're gonna round the corners, and then we're gonna send this to be printed in a reasonable speed, because everything seems to fit. It's bigger than I imagined it would be, but that's okay. The corners are very, very sharp. Okay, so let's drop the size of these holes a touch, and we're going to round all the corners. Let's do that. Oh my God, getting old, folks. That ain't fun. Screen. All right, so the holes, I think it would be this guy. Yeah. So let's go 5.1. And this guy, this is a radius. Why is this a radius? Oh wait, it's for this. Yeah, here, 5.1. And this should be the same as that one. Okay, that didn't break anything. That's always good to see. Okay, let's grab this and fillet it. Let's select our edges. 4mm looks good. Okie dokie. Also, we don't need the bottom to be so sharp. So let's add a chamfer. Probably a 1mm is fine. Go 1.5. Softer edges. That's good. Now let's get these corners also in a fillet of fish. Oh, where's my fillet? Oh, here, fillet. And we're going to select our edges. Like so. We'll go like a nice soft 2mm. That should be just fine. The plane ticket is way too expensive to visit. Yeah, I agree. Plane tickets are expensive from Canada to Europe too. It just is what it is. Okay, so this should be good to send off to be printed. I didn't actually check the details, but whatever. It is what it is. Good. We'll pinch the wires with the lid. And we should be good. All right, we should be able to send this to print. Send you guys off to here. File. Oh, gotta select it. You know what? I should probably save. Probably a good idea. Export. V0.2. Prepare. Delete this guy. V0.2. And now let's do for strength. Let's do strength. Slice the plate. This will take 42 minutes. But that's okay because we got stuff to work on while it prints. So let's export this. 23 grams should be fairly cheap to print. And then import. Downloads. There we go. This will be printed in PLA Plus. So here we go, V0.2, start print. Don't need the heated bed leveling, but we will do the things. Okay, so as that functions, we're going to prototype the lid now. So we want to come up here, make a new body, call this one, rename lid. Okay, and we're going to place it right on top here, essentially. So we're going to grab this and we're going to, don't remember, shape binder. Shape binder, there we go. We're going to erase this and we're going to grab this and we're going to make it a sketch. And then we're going to bring in the external geometry. I am on screen, right? Yeah. So, and like so. Now, I do remember this being slightly frustrating to do. So we'll see it. We'll see how this goes. So let's get rid of this. Okay, and then let's make an arc. Okay, so I think this one is not bound here. This is, okay, so that's on the X, yep. This on the X. Maybe it is bound. What happens if I do this? Okay, I can't move it, so we're good. So make an arc. You really have to watch your constraints. Okay, and then I take this to this, to this. Yeah, I don't think that's working. So let's delete those two, and now yeah, this is the tough part, to try to get them all constrained properly. Let's do it like this, centered rectangle. Let's do, nope, that's not it. This. Okay, and then fillet the edges. Fillet this one, fillet this one, fillet this one, and then I think I can go like so. Okay. There we go. Constrained. I think I got it. Okay, and now I should be able to pad this up by 2 millimeters. Okay, and then if I bring back the binder, looks good. Looks very, very good. Okay, next thing is I have to project. Let's hide this. Let's grab this, 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 and this. Okay, hang on. This is difficult because you got to do it really intentionally. You really have to go here. Let me, this is where we're at so far. Are we ludicrous speed or balanced? Don't need this anymore. Balanced. Okay, so let's hide the binder, go here, create a sketch, and then show the binder, and then bring in the external geometries. So not that. Okay, and then bring back this, hide the binder. Actually, I could just hit this, should be good. Okay, now my screw holes. Let's go 3.3, they don't need to be tight. I often make them way too tight. Oh. There we go. There we go. Fully constrained, closed, and I'm going to make a pocket to face this one. There we go. That works. That works well. All right. Then we need to make another sketch. Oh, that's okay. I'm gonna take this, make another sketch. We're gonna bring back in the binder. We're gonna remove this. We're gonna bring in this, all these external geometries. Like so. And then we're going to erase the binder and then bring back our last pocket operation. Okay. Now let's make a rectangle, centered rectangle. Okay, and now we want to dimension these 0.1 away from this, and 0.1 away from this, and then we want to do this and this and this and one of those. Seems like the offset is incorrect. Okay, I'm gonna let's try this again. Okay, yeah, it's too big. minus 0.1. Does that work? Nope. How do I make sure it's smaller? Is it bedtime for you? Good night. Thanks for being here. So that offset is correct. Why can't this offset be correct? Okay, maybe I'll just do it the crappier way. I don't really know how else to do it. Okay, and now on there, on there, and now I should be able to round the corners. 2, 3, 4. Now I should be able to that didn't work. There we go. Oh, that's not what I wanted. What the heck? What's going on? There we go. Okay, so that gives me an offset. So that's good. And now I need to do this again. So same thing. Make a centered square. Let's go like 1 millimeter. Okay, and now I should be able to round the corners. Oh. Then offset to this 1 millimeter. There we go. This is working. It's the order of operations you got to do. Pain in the butt, but it's still working. Do you know how long it's been since I've touched Fusion 360? It's been nice. There we go. Okay, and let's do about 2 millimeters, 2 or 3 millimeters. And then this, let's go 3, let's go aggressive. Might be a bit tight, but we'll try it. Hey, why did it shrink? Oh, okay, that is 3. It was 10 before. Looking good. And then if we bring back the bottom. Very nice. Very nice. We can chamfer the edge here on top too. Give it a little chamfer. 1.5. Oh ho ho ho, yes. That looks good. That looks very, very good. Let's see what our print looks like. We're gonna save this. What's our print look like? Oh, it's going. It still has 25 minutes left. But it is going. And it's sticking to the bed, no problem. So even the other one, even though we didn't like flatten it or anything, we didn't do the bed leveling, it is a fantastic first layer. So that's good. So now we have to decide how thick our wires are going to be. And I think if I use my regular, the wiring's too thick. So let's grab something. It doesn't have to be 12 gauge for this. We will grab something a lot smaller than that. And then we can measure how thick it needs to be, and then we can make the top a little bit easier to install. Let's see. Don't need this right now. So we'll put this over here. So let's grab my assorted lengths of wire. So I have red. What's gauge is this? 16 gauge. It doesn't have to be that thick. It could be 18 gauge. I don't know if I have 18 gauge though. It's this 12 gauge. That's too big. Definitely don't need 12 gauge. 12 gauge. What's this? 16. Maybe it's on a spool somewhere. Hang on a second here. Have spool here. That looks like 18 gauge. Yes, okay. So I want the same spool but in black. Do I have 18 gauge black wire? doesn't have to be black, but it matches the clamps we're going to use. Oh, here's a spool. Is this black? And by is this black, I mean, is this 18 gauge? 22 gauge is a bit small. I really would like bigger. Ooh, my stomach is complaining because I haven't had breakfast. A very thin wire. I know I have 18 gauge here somewhere. That's very thin wire. Nope, don't need that. Oh, where has my 18 gauge gone? Under here? We're gonna do some scope captures as well when it comes time to do the video on this, because I have a high speed current clamp. So we're going to check the current through the wire at high speeds, or we're going to put like I probably have a shunt resistor that we can use and measure the current flow, because I'm pretty sure the current flow is going to be absolutely absurd from just charging the caps. Don't know where my... I mean, we could just use 16 gauge. Not the end of the world. Let's find now my black 16 gauge. 12, 12, 12, this stuff here. 16 gauge. Oh, I have a very short length of it. Well, that's my wire then. We'll cut that roughly in half. Actually, it really doesn't need to be that long. So we'll cut it in half, and then we'll cut it in half again. So the half that'll be for 2 projects. How's it going, Smith Does Stuff? We are making a spark arrestor. We're making essentially we're making a pre-charge resistor for plugging loads into lithium batteries. So there's my 2 lengths. So now we still need to link these 2 together. And then, so these 2 need to be linked together, and then out they trot. So one of these wires is going to be directly onto here. Definitely. Lithium batteries are terrifying. They pack quite the wallop. So I guess really I should have a terminal for this. Try to shift down a little bit. So I should probably put a terminal on here, but I don't know if I have a ring terminal. Actually, I do have ring terminals. I just don't know if I have them that small. Let's see. You guys really need a further look. Also, if you take a look over here, so we've got the case printing there on the Centauri Carbon. So still another 17 minutes for that to finish. So that's the case design that we've, so here's the rough draft, and then the other one will be done at some point. Okay, so this is the smallest. So actually it's not the smallest. This is the smallest that I've got. So let's see what fits. So first and foremost is the screw size. Really should put the proper Phillips head on here. How's it going, Gerald? Oh, you're in Michigan. We're neighbors. I'm right next to you. Okay, so this one is going to be perfect. Does it fit onto here? Yes. So let's get a crimper and crimp this down. I think this will work. Might be a bit tight, but we'll make it happen. Okay, so now I just need to strip the end off of this just a little bit. Oh wait, I'm an idiot. You're in Ontario, aren't you? So you're not like closer to me now, you're further to me. Yeah, sorry. It's been a rough little while. But I remember now. Okay, hang on a sec here. I'm gonna crush this. By the way, updates from yesterday's stream. I did reach out to... Because you know what? I confuse you with Lockwatcher because you guys are both in the stream very often. But anyways, update from yesterday. I've reached out to boot.dev, like I did on stream. They answered, and the very first thing they did is they gave me a free year membership. Boot.dev is a learning to code company. First of all, can I just say how perfect this crimp went? So yeah, boot.dev is a, it's a, you know what, I'm gonna put a little bit of heat shrink on this. It's a, like a website that makes learning to code a RPG. So it's like a pretty typical learn to code website where you have the code editor built into the UI like onto the web page and stuff. So that part is very typical. What is not typical is that they have the entire thing gamified. So if you make mistakes, you lose armor. If you have no more armor, you lose HP or whatever, or you lose experience, whatever it may be. So you are incentivized to not just like try over and over and over. You're incentivized to write your code, test your code. Once your code is working, then you ship it. So they gave me a year free, but what I had asked was for them to sponsor the upcoming series that I'm planning, which is the Switch to Python. And so the first thing they did is they said, okay, here's a year free, and then here is my marketing team, because it was the founder answered my email, which is crazy, because I just sent it to a general inbox. And so it got sent. That's what that looks like. And then they asked me my demographics and how much a 60-second integration would cost them. And then I told them I didn't want to do a 60-second integration. I wanted to do a 45-second. Really, I want to do a 30-second, but I think that's asking a lot. And I set down what I was expecting, what they can expect from me and whatever, and now the ball's in their court. So we're just waiting for that. So maybe they won't be interested because of how the economy is going or whatever, right? For whatever reason. But I hope they are. So yeah, we're just waiting for them. So whatever happens, first of all, I have to say, do not go harass them if they decline. Do not bother them. They were very, very kind. They gave me a year free. That's a 400 Canadian dollar subscription fee, which I save. So I am, as the British would say, chuffed to bits already. But if they do want to proceed, I'm going to be absolutely thrilled. And we'll see how that goes, essentially. I think my audience is quite compatible, and I think sponsoring a Learn to Code to Python video is going to be a boon for them. I think that's going to be a pro. And so, yeah, here's hoping it all goes well. Has to be mutually beneficial, right? A sponsorship. I offered them a price. So let's say price Y per video. Or if they want to sign up for 4 videos, I gave them, price Y minus X. Or price Y minus X times 4. So I'm offering a discount on a partnership because that's kind of what I need. In the new year, I can't rely on PCBWay. It's just, PCBWay is fine. It's just on my end. It's very difficult to make, 1 to 2 good, interesting, and functional projects every month. It's very, very difficult. So, yeah. Here's open. Crossing my fingies. All right, so that's good. Now we just need the last one. I really wish these leads would meet up, but they don't. So it is what it is. I think I might just solder a little bit of wire onto each one and then crimp the wires in together or something, because this is a bit of pain in the butt. So Curtis, does this mean, like, if you're not scheduled to work from home, but the ferry doesn't go by anymore, does that mean, do you get in trouble? Like, if you're supposed to show up to the office and you don't, is that a big problem? Okay, so probably gonna need another piece of. Technically, this one doesn't need to be 16 gauge. Actually, none of them do, but it's okay. We're gonna make it so. I guess I should take out a piece of 16 gauge before. What's this? That's 16. Just gonna chop a little end off. There we go. Oh, assorted lengths of wire. Never get tired of that. Okay, so let's say we run this from here to here. Solder it onto here somewhere. Be very hard to get heat shrink over all this though. I think I'll just get little pieces of, you know what? Watch your eyes, it's gonna be a flashbang. Don't have enough light. Okay. So I'll see if I can trim down this heat shrink here. This one's not too bad, but I might trim it anyways. As these, is that a Indiana Jones reference? There we go. Fifth Element. Oh, damn it. That movie is such a fever dream. It's like whenever you just stop for a moment and you're like, what the hell am I watching? Really out there for a movie. Don't have my frickin' pliers anywhere. Your schedule is very flexible, so it's not a problem. Okay, that's good. Because that would be frustrating if, like, you're screwed every time. Still have plenty of width here. So now I need to run this one over to here. Okay, I'm gonna run this under and then to here. I'm gonna have to connect it like here. We'll have to bundle all of them in after. Spark arresters, are you just using the switch? Yeah, just the switch. It is a very beefy switch. It is a 15 amp switch, but even at 60 volts, the minimum is going to be 10 ohm, so it'll be 6 amps. So I purposely overrated the switch. I also personally I like a big ka-chunk switch. Oh, the printer is making fewer noises. Oh, the printer is almost done. So yeah, I like the sound of a big ka-chunk. So I tend to go for big ka-chunks, although they are insanely expensive. Yeah, it's 99%. There we go. Finished. I'm just going to go grab it out of the printer. Be right back. So yeah, no MOSFETs because it's not really necessary. It's not going to be done remotely. And both my resistors are 10-watt resistors. So look, hi, you can see me. I always have to rip off the purge line first, kind of like this filament, because or else the next print will just print on top of it. So looks good. Let's bring it over and have a look. Seems to may have lifted a little. I'm having I was having slight adhesion issues with the with some filament that I had open here forever. So I put some glue stick on the bottom and on the bed, and it worked really well. Big problem would be if we got caught on the other side. Oh yeah, I guess that makes sense. Webcam. Here we go. Okay, so here is the pat. So as you can see, it looks a hell of a lot better than this one. Is it focusing? No. There we go. Okay, now we've got rounded corners. Very nice. So this is with PLA Plus. This is very sturdy as well. See, this was printed in a quick draft. This is printed in strength. It's a little bit stronger also. This is still hot. And then this will come into here. It'll come as you are, as you were, and as you'll want me to be. As a friend, as I know memory. Ooh, that's a little bit tighter. If I wanted to, I could open this up just a little bit to be able to squeeze the switch in a little bit easier. But right now, I mean, it's a good fit. Just as a little bit of a squeeze to get the switch in, because it sort of has to go in and out straight. So for the final revision, because not everyone's printers are going to be as tuned as this one, I might just open up this hole just a touch, because it doesn't matter, it's going to be squeezed, you know, it's going to be squeezed on the front anyways. Okay, so that's good. So that all fits. Let's check our fitment for the heat sets, and we'll sync the heat sets in, because why shouldn't we? Should we not? I'm going to use my soldering iron soon, so I might as well. This is still cool, right? Yep, it's quite cool. Ooh, but I do want to emboss. Prototype. It's okay. We're still prototyping. Because I do want to emboss on here 10 ohm, like probably 10 in the omega sign, and then this one will be 1 kr. Little bit of a defect on the bottom there, you see that? A little bit of under extrusion here. Just a tiny bit. Okay, so let's grab this. And I think this is the one I need. I just need now, put this on, Just need to, what time is it now? 10:55:11. Okay. So, gonna be the end of the stream soonish, probably in another half hour or so. Where did my M3s go? Where the heck did I put them? A little Ziploc with my M3 heat sets. They're not in the heat set box, unless I'm blind. The hell? Am I crazy? I mean, I guess that's independent of... Oh, here. Oh, you have a development. How's it going, Darlene? Make sure Gerald doesn't bully you around. Or make sure he does. Whose side am I supposed to be on here? Make sure he does? So are you gonna say the development on your calendar now? Or are you gonna wait till a live stream tonight? Because I'm gonna go get, she got a little startled. That's funny. I'm gonna go get vaccinated. Well, my boosters, my update to my vaccinations tonight, because where I'm going up north, there are little children involved, and little children are absolute germ magnets. Oh, they're replacing the chip. That's actually really good, because really they did nothing wrong, except for make a shitty kit. So I'm dropping the temp on my iron here, say 180. You'll be continuing the series in the new year. Well, that's good. I'm glad. Oh my god, that was close. I almost installed them in the wrong box. Okay, so let's see. Yeah, so that's a good... I figured you wouldn't lie. That's why I was saying, like, that's pretty good of them for covering you. All right, so let's see how this goes. So the holes might be still a touch on the loose side, but I think that's okay. Oh, that one went way too deep. That's okay. I made them deep by purpose. So there we go. Those two at the surface, that one is too deep. I didn't see because you were on your main account without noticing. Oh. So that's good. Now we need to let the iron cool a little bit. And then we'll do some soldering here. We'll run some heat shrink. And then this will run under to back here. We won't be able to heat shrink that one. Oops. So solder to here, heat shrink. Solder to here. I don't know how I'm going to do that. But it is what it is. You know, it doesn't need heat shrink because it'll be like stationary. So it'll be okay. Everything's gonna be all right. Shrink them by. Oh yeah, sorry, I was saying, where I'm going up north, there's little kids involved. Little kids are germ magnets. So I'm not 100% sure if I'll be safe from them. So I'm gonna get some booster shots probably today to attempt to stay healthy. But if my history is anything to go by, shots put me on my ass. So I don't know if I'll be able to stream tomorrow. I don't know if I'll be able to do anything until I leave. Because the priority is going to be to... priority is going to be to rest up because I have a long journey way up north. So here's hoping the vaccinations go well. I have a vasovagal response to needles, which started during COVID. So I will likely, very embarrassingly, pass out. Pretty far north. I don't really want to say because it doesn't have to do with me. But like I could tell you privately. I just don't want to say publicly. North, though. Far and north. Does that help? Let's go up maybe 350 on the soldering iron. cold. Cold, north, far. I'm going to be there for a couple days only, but I'm hoping. Grew up in Timmins and Ulisgard. Your parents live just outside Sudbury. Well, that's good to know. I'll be passing through one of those places. But I can tell you off stream. It's just, it's not, it has nothing to do with me, so that's why I don't really want to make the decision. Okay, so let's tin this guy. Polar bear north? No, not that far. Not that far. In fact, I looked at the weather, and it's not going to be Canada cold where I'm going. It's I mean, if you're in California, it's going to be apocalypse. But for being north of here, it's not going to be that cold. One year that I went up north, where I'm going now, it was so cold that I had my 2003 CRV, so 2.4 liter. What you need to know about those engines is that they are slightly underpowered, so they take a lot of effort to accelerate and maintain speed. They're not great on gas. It was so cold that the whole way home from there back to here, we didn't get any heat. The heat would not show up on the temperature gauge. So we had the heat blasting in the car, but that blasting heat was enough that the engine didn't have the heat that it needed. It was insanely cold. And this was Christmas time. Because I know there's still insanity coldness that happens all the time, every year, but not Christmas time. Usually the insanity coldness happens sometime in February. And Americans, unless you're Alaskan, I don't think you really understand how cold it frickin' gets in northern Ontario. It gets hella cold. Although if you're an Alaskan, then pretty much you understand. Here, Mr. Ireland, I will DM you where I'm going. Here we go. Your wife has friends in Atawapskat. Not sure where that is, but it sounds far. There we go. Let's see if we can get this more or less aligned. One place that I will not refuse to go if I get invited is Churchill. I am very excited at the possibility of one day seeing some polar bears. But generally, I like to travel with my wife. And my wife is not a fan of the cold anymore. North of Moussigny. I don't know if that's a joke or not, because that could, for those listening at home, that could actually be a spot. That could be a place. Okay, I'd really like a mechanical hold on this. So I think I'm going to run heat shrink up here, but I'm going to see, do I have like butt connectors? I must have butt connectors, right? Although butt connectors are going to be bad, now that I'm thinking about it. Butt connectors, not going to be good, and the reason is that they take up a lot of space. So we're just going to chop that down. Chop, chop, chop it down to Chinatown. Have you ever heard that song? Song is called I Want to Be Ninja. Early internet stuff. Early YouTube stuff. Okay. And here we go. I don't like this method of soldering wires together with no mechanical hold, just holding through the solder, but it's kind of my only option right now. Because somebody, which we won't say who, decided it was a good idea to make this compact. I might be about to commit the cardinal sin of putting the heat shrink too soon, and it'll shrink down. Ooh, that's not good. I'm going to take a bigger piece of heat shrink. This might be too big. That looks way too big. Oh, here's some. That looks bigger. Oh, sorry. Welcome back, JB. Gerald wasn't even here when we decided on the size. It wasn't Gerald. He wasn't here. Little Game of Thrones references for you. Anybody excited for the new Game of Thrones? Or just me? This is way too big. I'm going to prune it down and then it's going to be way too small. So here's the tricky part. Probably won't be able to cover both the wire and the exposed end because of the way we soldered it. This is a pretty crappy heat shrink, by the way. It's just single layer, 2-to-1. Okay, so I think that's good. Let's just feed this through now. It's 1. Oh, that's 2. Oh! Okay, I just bent it. I didn't break it. Phew. It was not intended. It was not what I was intending. By the way, is anyone watching the new season of Fallout? I mean, say what you want about the Game of Thrones ending. The vast majority of the series was good. Okay, there we go. Okay, so I'm gonna just make sure that's not bunched up. Do enjoy Fallout. Watched the first episode yesterday. So I'm just in season 1. I finished season 1 last time, but Vero is reacting to season 2 right now as they come out. And so what we've decided to do is rewatch season 1. And once we get to season 2 where she's at, basically, then I'll get to see season 2. Because I don't often remember what happens, like, after a season has passed. So we decided together that I'm going to watch... we're going to watch season 1 together. She's reacting to season 2. Fallout a while ago and got a few episodes in and fell off because your wife and you watch a lot of shows together. I love post-apocalyptic TV shows. Like The Last of Us was incredible. There we go. Okay, so now all I need to do is make the lid, and the lid's going to come down and pinch. You guys can't see crap, but it's going to come and pinch these wires down to hold them in place. And then I'm going to put a little bit of hot glue inside here to keep them from moving. And then that is it. This is going to be, and then we're going to put the clamps on the end, and then that's it. So this is going to be, so 10 ohm is this way, 1K is that way, and off is in the middle. Fallout is a game. They did a spin-off TV series off the game lore. Really well done. Oh, Gerald doesn't know what Fallout is. It's on Prime. It's a really cool show. It's probably not worth playing the first 2 games at this point because they're very old and they're very much they're very punishing. Vero played them on stream a little while ago, and it's a very they're very punishing games. They're the old school style. So yeah, here we go. Wow. Fallout 76 is circa 2018? Jesus Christ. I bought Half-Life, Curtis, but I get motion sick playing it. It's really bad. Like, the motion sickness generator on there. Very, very bad. But okay. I think this is the end of today's stream, and so that'll be it. Still got the lid to print. I'm going to probably just print that, make sure the fit is proper, and then I'll work on the wire pinching, and then I'll just flow a little bit of hot glue in there to make sure nothing is flapping around in the breeze. And then we're going to be ready to make a video on this. Oh yeah, and emboss some text here, 10 ohm and 1K ohm. But all right, thank you everyone for being here. I'm going to try to be here tomorrow to finish this, but it'll depend on how sick I feel after my vaccines. So, because I'm going to get 2, I'm going to get the COVID booster and the flu shot, because the flu is brutal in North America this year, and I try to avoid the flu shot as much as possible because I pass out at needles. So just now I can't avoid it anymore. So anyways, I'll catch you guys maybe tomorrow, maybe after Christmas. If I don't see you guys before Christmas, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, whatever you celebrate. I hope you do it in a happy way. Have a good one, guys. Thanks for being here. Bye.